Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. My name's Ian Witherspoon. I'm the host, and I am Between Taorminas.
Good something.
Don't say a word.
What? What? Love the Royals. Love the Royals. Love the Royals. Love the Royals. What are you two? What you two are both dancing the night away.
I hate the Royals.
You love the Royals.
I hate the Royals.
You love the Royals.
I hate the Royals.
You love the Royals.
I hate the Royals.
Talking
I
about
hate the
the
Royals.
Tigers and
You
the
love the Royals.
okay?
You love the Royals.
You love the
I hate the
Royals.
Royals.
Get up! Thank you. Okay, now let's start with the good professional choral talk about the Tigers. The Tigers had a big series win over the Royals, but then they lost the series to the Boston Red Sox. Ian, I see you're wearing the colors of the Red Sox with red.
It was originally
the
a
Tigers,
white shirt, but my heart spilled
Let me finish
out,
my point.
and it's blood.
Let me finish my point. Now the Tigers face the Royals again, this time in Kansas City. Yep. Ian, would you like to start it off?
Yeah. What am I starting?
What is your viewpoint of the last week of what happened with the Tigers series against the Royals and the Tigers series against the Red Sox, and now they play the Royals again in Kansas City?
Let me first start by saying last week was one of the more shocking and I would say heartbreaking weeks in Tigers' recent history, with the unceremonious firing of their leader and the man who has a big hand in being responsible for the success of the Tigers over the last decade. He was just fired, cut off, thrown out like the scrap heap that this season has been.
Let's see. Mike Ilitch does not like quitters. He doesn't like selling. He doesn't like. That's why you view the trade deadline here, what they did when they sold David Price off. They sold Joakim Soria off and Yoenis Cespedes off. That is why Dave Dombrowski got fired. Because he pulled the trigger on those three guys. But he needed to fix the minor league system, didn't he?
If that's why Dave Dombrowski got fired, then Mike Ilitch is delusional.
He is not delusional.
He's delusional if that's the case.
Why are you saying he's delusional? You're saying the owner of the Detroit Red Wings and the Detroit Tigers is delusional? What kind of fan are you? What kind of man are you? You're saying you're a Red Wing fan, Sam? No, I'm just saying to let him. Okay.
Dave Dombrowski and the Tigers did what they had to do. The season is going nowhere.
The season is
it's
not
been
going
a disaster.
nowhere. When they only
You've
sit
been
5.5
nowhere since April. So don't give me that baloney.
They've been done since April.
So then why not sell?
They've been done since April.
David
Here's
Price
why.
ain't coming back, so you got some parts
You
for
know
him.
Yoenis Cespedes might come back.
You still got parts for him, and he's not wasted away here doing nothing, playing for a sub-500 team.
You just lost your left fielder. You tell me that you just virtually lost your best hitter since Miguel Cabrera went down. Cespedes was doing damage for that team, and now you trade him away for a bunch of prospects? I'm sorry. That's terrible ownership right there. That is just terrible general managership and terrible ownership right there.
Quick question for you. What's it matter if you have a left fielder who's good and he's hitting home runs, but they're losing? What does it matter? He's a wasted space.
Because of starting pitching. Your starting pitching.
You traded him for starting pitching. You got some young, controllable arms in return. You did what you had to do.
Verlander's been losing a lot.
Do you know how upset people would be if they kept these guys and they still did nothing? If they still didn't make the playoffs, it would have been a complete waste.
Yeah, but still, if you are a team that wants to win now, and we know Mike Ilitch wants to win now.
But they aren't winning. They aren't winning. They're losing. This season has had a lot of issues, and it all boiled over this week with the firing of Dave Dombrowski. Somehow they beat the Royals in that series, and then the lowly old worst team in the league, Boston Red Sox, comes along, and you lose at home. Your players are pushing each other. Everybody's talking to the media, blaming the fans. This is crap.
I blame the fans.
It's complete crap.
I blame the fans because here's why. Everything is boiling over. It basically describes this. Everything's boiling over. A frustrated season. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna fess up, or are you going to do something about it?
Ian, I think you said this a couple weeks ago. A lot of Tiger fans are spoiled because of all the winning that the Tigers have had. Since 2013, the Tigers have had the third best winning record in all the major leagues.
I think it might be longer than that. It might be since 2006.
But
top
anyways, you are right. Tiger fans are spoiled, because we're used to so much winning, and now you have a losing season. Oh, the world's gonna end. Oh, we suck. Oh, it's the fans' fault. Tiger fans need to appreciate what they have, what they had, and it's a long season, and we got to look at the bigger picture, which is next year. The Tigers will be better next year.
You know when all these problems started? A city meet. Remember that city meet? Remember when Ian Weatherspoon jinxed us with David? What happened against was it the Baltimore Orioles that they played?
I thought it was Catman out, but
no. It was you giving your belief that the Tigers were going to somehow win that game, but they ended up blowing a save, ended up destroying my fantasy team's chances, and you know what? You're the blame. You're the one to blame for the Tigers' miserable season. You are. I talked to my friends there. I talked to a lot of friends I know. I talked to a lot of coaches that I know, and they say you are to blame for the Tigers' failure.
No blame is pushed on you?
No blame is pushed on me. I will be getting a Taco Bell dinner from you.
Even though, since the day we started this show back in 2011, your panic meter for the Tigers has been through the roof.
Yep.
You've been preaching how bad they are.
Yep.
And you've been singing the praises of disgusting, vile teams like the Chicago White Sox, the Kansas City Royals, and the Cleveland Indians.
Hey, Kansas
But
City's
it's my fault.
It's your fault.
I put a spandex catsuit on and went out to rally the troops, but it's my fault.
It's your fault that this team is losing because you wore that spandex catsuit. You wore that suit, and ever since then, they've been cursed. You know what? I actually agree with Sammy about the cat suit, but I don't blame that Ian's responsible for the destruction of the Detroit Tigers. But he looked horrible in the cat suit. Thank you. I agree with you that he looked horrible in the cat suit. Yes. And he should never wear that cat suit again, and that he should burn that cat suit. I agree with you should burn it. Yeah, I agree there.
Anything short. The cat suit's not mine, believe it or not. But what do I have to do to reverse that curse?
We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, next week we'll reverse the curse. And go ahead, honey.
We'll be right back with Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Make a trip over to the Orion Arts Center to enjoy some family fun and fresh food at the 2015 Lake Orion Farmers Market. Every Wednesday through October 21st from 2 to 7 p.m., local vendors will bring their farm fresh produce, baked goods, and more for the parents while the kids have some fun playing games or making crafts. Remember to come often as vendors change from week to week as new crops come into season. For more information on the Lake Orion Farmers Market or to sign up as a vendor, visit LakeOrionFarmersMarket.com.
Hello, I'm Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard.
And I'm former Detroit Red Wing Joe Koster.
We'd like to remind you to practice safe boating by knowing the laws regarding water safety.
Please make sure you have the necessary safety equipment on board and be sure all of your equipment is working properly before leaving the dock.
And the probability of being involved in a boating accident nearly doubles when alcohol is involved. Always check local weather conditions, and if you notice darkening clouds, play it safe. Get off the water. Have a safe, enjoyable summer on the lake.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas.
Hey, Royals fan.
I am not a Royals fan.
You are.
I will never, ever be a Royals fan.
We got hockey.
No, we don't. It's still August.
I know.
Let's
coming
talk
up too
about
much.
something else.
Let's talk about hockey.
No!
Because we've got a situation that is
What's the
seriously going
situation?
on. Patrick Kane facing severe allegations
What a loser.
in Buffalo over how that could impact the Chicago Blackhawks. And this could actually be a good thing for Wings fans.
Why they don't play in the same conference anymore?
Doesn't matter, but still, because it's the Wings and the Blackhawks.
It'd
well,
be
they're
good
arch
for
rivals.
you people.
But
This
let's
is
talk
a
about
guy
the
that's
Blackhawks. The face of a franchise. The
No.
Chicago Blackhawks, Patrick Kane,
Caves.
Jonathan Tames, those two guys are like the face of Chicago Blackhawks, and one of them could be automatically gone, despite the fact
He ain't going anywhere.
that he has a $10.5 million contract. They traded Patrick Sharp, of course. Everybody knows who Patrick Sharp is. And
Hell.
shut up. And then of course, let's look at Chicago. This is very damning. If
Yes.
these allegations are true, it all comes down to forensic evidence. Of course, I've been watching a lot of forensic files lately.
That's scary.
Well, you look at he is one of the faces of the NHL, and to have this, I mean, it's a great example of Patrick Kane not growing up. He's 26 years old, and one of the things that you're supposed to do is you got to start growing up. You have to look at the bigger picture. You can't. You're the face of a franchise. You're one of the faces of the NHL. You know better than to do this. If it's allegedly true, then if it's allegedly true, then it's very, very damning. It's very, very tough. But he is lawyering up, and and who knows what is going to happen coming out, and if it will impact the Chicago Blackhawks in a negative way.
It will impact Chicago in a huge way, because if this is true for what he did in South Buffalo, for allegedly raping a woman, if this is allegedly true, then what will Chicago do with him? If they cut him, they still have to pay him $10.5 million. They could suspend him for at least maybe half the season, maybe without pay, but they still got to find a way to pay him that I think it's $13.4 million to start the year. I think that's what it is. So
Do you think
it's
go
expensive.
ahead.
You both have been around the block in sports, and unfortunately, this is something pro athletes do. They get in trouble with the law, and what happens? They get off scot-free
It's terrible.
because they
He's
have
done
the
it
money.
before.
Their public image. He's had legal trouble before. He's never missed time on the ice.
No, I know he's had legal trouble before, but when you look at playing a professional sport is a privilege, not
It
a
is.
God-given talent. Let's look at what happened to Alex Rodriguez a couple years ago with that steroid investigation. He missed baseball for a full season.
Now look at him.
Now look at him. And then you look at a guy. I don't know why pro athletes like to take advantage of
Feel like they're above
the law. This is
They kind of are. Because
they're
if
not-
this,
they're like any other person.
they are, but let's say this.
I mean, Tom Brady right now is trying to cheat the system right now. We both agree on that.
We do. But what happens when an athlete gets in trouble with the law?
He should.
No. What truly does happen in reality?
Nothing.
Nothing. A slap on the wrist.
Slap in the wrist.
This is why athletes are entitled. This is why pro athletes act
They
like,
shouldn't be entitled.
you know what?
O.J.
This-
Simpson, a great example of a hero of someone that's fallen. Or
if you
hero
got the
that's
money, You'll be
O.J.
all right.
Simpson had a lot of money, if you remember.
Yeah.
And that's why he hired the best attorneys, and he got off.
He got acquitted, but his public perception's destroyed. His image is destroyed. You know, I mean, you
didn't go
look
to
at
jail
it,
for
just
that.
because you have money doesn't, money and image are two different things.
I mean, they're picking on Ndamukong Suh. Remember that? They picked on poor Sue.
Poor Sue.
Yeah, they picked on poor Sue.
Poor Sue.
Yeah. Yeah, because what?
He was the one stomping on arms,
Yeah,
taking people out from behind.
Yeah, but everybody in Detroit defended the guy.
Yeah, well, we're all suckers for our Lions players. Guys, it's a think back to athletes in even high school. They're treated with a little more, shall we say, privilege than the rest of the other students.
I
It's
can-
a problem
I agree.
that goes way back.
It's a problem that goes way back. It's a huge problem. I mean, when you look at it here, there are those that that are that feel, especially athletes nowadays. You know what I mean? When you get a lot of attention, you get a lot of people are, and I think the media is to blame a little bit for.
We're to blame.
I think
Us
we're to
sports
blame.
fans are to
I
blame.
think we're to blame because you're giving a player something to drive, something to work forward to, and then you get all the hype. Then you get develop an attitude about that hype, and then I just think that if you have a good attitude, a good mindset about how things are, you basically stay away from the bars and don't be an a la Miami. Or like they do in Miami football, I stay away from the city of Miami. And
That's not going to go over well with Hurricane fans, but continue.
and I just think if you stay at home, you know what I mean? Just be yourself, you know what I mean? Just
Didn't
don't
this
do anything
happen
at
at his home? I mean, the home even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the money, it's the privilege.
It's the money, it's the privilege, you know what I mean?
And you're right. You do see that. You do see it in high school as well. I mean, I see a lot of players that get overhyped.
Don't have to turn in homework
Don't have to turn
assignments.
in homework assignments or
take
make other
powder puff
kids
classes.
make other kids do their homework for them. I mean, I've seen that. I've seen that happen
We
before.
all have seen it.
And
Terrible.
it's not a good feeling to have. And
No.
those situations you need to report that to the athletic director or somebody or a coach or somebody that has a higher authority in that situation, or those situations cannot be tolerated. But if you're a regular student athlete that is going out there,
A normal human being.
the big thing is, yes, you're put in a higher perspective according to public opinion, but if you just follow your path, follow the path that you have made to success, and the path that that you're familiar with, staying away from the bars, staying away from the, staying away from dangerous situations, and you're going to be fine. And just focus on the sport and not these extracurricular stuff, and you'll be fine.
And I think
Academics and athletics go hand in hand.
Stay home. Just don't bring anybody in your house unless you know them very well, and you'll be happy.
rule number 1, though. Don't get cocky.
I agree.
Right.
Don't
Agreed.
get cocky.
Johnny Manziel found that out the hard way.
Cockiness leads to disaster.
Truly.
Mm-hmm.
Cockiness will put you in rehab.
Agreed.
Okay. When we come back, we're going to talk about more rich, privileged athletes. Stay tuned.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV. Hello, Lake Orion and Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina here, talking a new show here called OA Now. We're going to talk about sports from football to basketball to volleyball to track and field to soccer, cross country, etc. here on OA Now on ONTV.
Yeah, welcome back to the show today. Last segment. Boy, time's flying by, huh?
Yeah.
When you yell and scream, time really flies.
Hey, football's up.
NFL.
Training camp had a week.
High school football starts today.
High school football's
today.
back.
Yep.
The great American sport of football is coming very soon.
Yep.
Fall is among us. Nearly. I saw some leaves turning already.
Mm-hmm.
Dear God, why?
Oh, dear God.
Gary Underwood singing Sunday Night Football.
And, of course, we're not in school anymore.
We've
Hey,
been
I'm
out of
not.
school for 9 years.
No, I'm out of college.
Oh, yeah, well, that's good, too. Yeah.
But yeah, very unusual for a fall semester, not to go to Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Feels
You
good
could maybe just go walk around if you want.
possible. I saw my email account there, I think.
Oh, nice.
I hope.
Go to the library, check your
Let's
email.
talk about the Lions a little bit. The Lions start training camp this week, even though I am proudly wearing the Dallas Cowboys fedora.
Who I think's winning the NFC East this year.
Brought thanks to the Heath family. They was originally intended for you, Sam, but I like it, so I'm wearing it.
Mm-hmm. Courtesy of the Heath family. Well, the Lions, this team here, do they have any corners?
Yeah.
Do they have any of them over 6'3"?
On a corner?
Yeah.
No,
This
who
is
does?
what they're going. This is what the league is going to be going to next. Is to find a corner, maybe about 6'2", 6'3", to defend the tall, gifted, athletic wide receivers. Look at last night with Trey Waynes. He got burned twice because the coverage he played at Michigan State is not to the coverage that they do in the National Football League.
What coverage? Press?
Press coverage. Well, he's more for press coverage. I mean, but when he's left in an alley one-on-one, you know what I mean? You could tell he got burned at least 3 times last night. What makes you think that the Lions need, I think the Lions are going to address this, is they need at least 6'2" or 6'3" cornerbacks who can definitely help and get interceptions.
Isn't Alex Carter a big guy? I think he's over
They
6
just,
foot.
they just traded one of them to Seattle.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, they had a surplus of corners for once.
I can't believe they had that.
Pretty
I'm shocked
unbelievable.
about that. Ian, do you agree?
I agree.
I
It's
can't
pretty
believe
wild.
it.
I think for once, we talked about this last week, the Lions have some depth to work with. They have some guys that when the scrubs come in or the second unit comes in, it's not a wash.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be, hopefully, not a huge drop-off from the first stringers.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm looking for, I guess. I don't really watch a lot of preseason football. I will watch
You
the
might as
Lions a
well
little
watch
bit.
some this week.
I'll watch the Lions a little bit.
Who the Lions got this week?
Jay, chant with me. Chant with me.
No.
No, come on.
No.
Chant it with me.
I don't like those
Chant it
darn
with
New
me.
Yorkers.
Chant it with me.
No.
J-E-T-S. Jets, Jets, Jets.
That's who they're playing.
Very well taken.
So,
Now, there is a situation with the New England Patriots. What do you guys think about them now moving the case from Minnesota to New York, where it seems like it's more of a
Tom
favor
Brady's
to
done.
the NFL?
He's in so much trouble right now.
I don't get why he just doesn't roll over and take it.
I know.
Just say, gosh,
I don't know
I just
why.
won the Super Bowl. I'm 38 years old. Maybe the first 4 games off would be a good idea.
I don't know why he doesn't take it.
Cocky.
Off. Too cocky. They just released the third-string quarterback, Matt Flynn, yesterday. I don't know why he do that. Ugh.
I'm thinking of a game Matt Flynn quarterbacked once.
I know.
It was 2011.
I
Was it
know.
against the Lions?
It was the last game of the year, I believe.
Against the
And
Lions, he was a Packer.
the Packers were playing the Lions
Lions.
from Detroit.
Yeah.
And I believe Matt Flynn went ahead and threw for 6 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And the Patriots just released him.
Well, then he got a $40 million contract in Seattle.
Right.
Then he went somewhere else.
Oakland.
Then he went to Oakland.
and
Back
then
to
he went
Green
back to
Bay.
Green Bay.
Cut.
Cut.
But,
He might go back to Green Bay.
if they played the Lions every week, then he'd be really,
He'd be really good.
he'd have a good job.
But anyways, what's your take about it going to New York? The case.
It's
going
where it
there?
should have been in. It should have been in New York because that's where the NFL's headquartered. That's where it should be at. And Tom Brady's got plenty of money to go there, and he's got high-priced attorneys. But the NFL does have high-priced attorneys too, so it could be an interesting case. And now they're allowing mediation and all that to force these two to come up to an agreement. I still think Brady's going to get suspended.
It feels like both sides are being firm on where they're in their stance.
Firm. They're firm. It's like the
more-
Illinois budget crisis. You know what I mean? Both sides are firm.
Does this impact the Patriots' chances of winning the AFC is it East? AFC North?
AFC East?
Yeah.
No, because here's why.
Because the Bills are going to run away with it.
Do they have an offense? Does Buffalo have an offense? No. And then because I think whoever wins the AFC East is going to probably have at least 6 losses. And I think
So you're saying it's a weak division?
it's a pretty weak division. Really weak.
Or are you
division.
saying it's a strong division because they're all going to beat up on each other?
They're going to beat up on each other, sure, but you got Miami just improved. Buffalo is a team to keep an eye on. I think the Jets are the worst team in that division.
Yes.
And then you have but I don't know if anybody's going to run away with that division. I still think New England's going to win it, even with Brady suspended for 4 games. The problem is, if he's out for more games, I just don't think New England wins this division. But at the end of the day, New England's got too much firepower. Well, when Brady comes back, they're going to be good. They're going to be really good again. And Brady's going to try to take his revenge on the league.
True.
So, what is your take about? There's a young man out there that is wanting to come on the show that is challenging you about the New England Patriots. And the fact of the matter is, last week, that you two actually agreed on something. What is your take on that?
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see what happens there.
We've got plenty of footage of Tom Brady crying that we can roll.
Yep.
Him looking like a baby.
Yep.
Go like,
What a loser.
I know, what a loser. He was a loser in Michigan. He's a loser now.
I mean, technically, he's always been a winner. But he's got a bad attitude.
Yes. Got a bad attitude to the league.
what if Tom Brady came on our show?
I'm sure there'd be some choice words.
Oh, absolutely. So it'd be like, Jerry Springer. I wouldn't go that far.
You might need to get security in here.
Hey, but the Lions, you know what I mean? They haven't won anything since 1957.
I'm more excited
True.
about the Cowboys.
Cowboys won the NFC East. Don't worry about it.
Even over the Eagles?
Yes.
Even over the Giants?
Eagles got controversy. Giants got controversy. Cowboys won the NFC East because, 1, they have a defense. 2, they have an offense. Even though their running back game is a question mark. That's why I think Dallas will win the NFC East.
They have a defense?
They have a little bit of a defense. Even though Jeff Heath plays on that unit.
Yes, that he does. I'm going to say the Cowboys win the NFC East because of Jeff Heath. I think it'll happen.
Anthony,
I think it'll happen.
Hey, suit yourself.
you can start rooting for the Dallas Stars, too.
No, I'm a Dallas Stars proud.
No, I got
proud
Avalanche.
Dallas Stars fan right here. Proud Dallas Stars
I've heard
fan.
that once
The
or
Avalanche
twice.
are going to beat
Go
the Avs
Stars.
are going to beat the Wings at Jim Lewis, and they're going to beat the Dead Wings at Coors Field.
Did you say Jim Lewis?
I said Jim Lewis.
Hey, Stars will win in November over Detroit, so don't worry about it. Hey, they're more deadly than Colorado. They have an offense. They have a defense. They win a
I
Stanley.
resent that remark.
And they're better than Detroit. They say Detroit's got no. Detroit ain't gonna make playoffs this year.
What if I made a bold prediction about the Lions?
They'll win the Super Bowl.
Nope.
What? What's your bold prediction?
He thinks they're going to make the playoffs.
Rematch between the Cowboys and the Lions in the playoffs.
I'd take that bet.
What bet? I'm just making a bold prediction here, all right? I'm not shaking that hand because I know it's going to lead me to Olive Garden or Taco Bell.
Again.
Empty my wallet.
All righty. Wraps up this show.
That's it? You're just saying goodbye?
Yep. Saying goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.
Jeez, bye.